So, Oliver, well, first of all, thank you for being with us today and
Welcome.
to presenting the vertical batteries. I will start with my first question. Can you tell us a bit more about what a vertical battery is really about?
Sure. So the vertical battery, is a global organization inside Siemens that works on several topics to support battery cell manufacturers. These topics range from automation concepts to IT/OT integration concepts and generally digitalization concepts. What this industry is heavily relying about is data-driven production. I don't think this is no new terms, and we basically see two types of customers. Those who already built battery plants for more than 10 years. This is mainly happening in China. But for sure now Europe and the US also want to keep up. And they are still quite new in the market. We call them startups, although they have a little bit more capital with them than a typical startup you would think, but still. And what there are things they were thinking about when setting up their plant. But there are things where they really need support when it comes to scaling up quickly. Time is at the moment really everything that counts. And they don't think about standardization or IT/OT integration concepts. And this is then exactly where a partner like Siemens can support.
Okay, great. Well, especially with all of the electric cars, we know battery is really important and they are really needed. So if I ever wanted to collaborate with you, what can be the argument that you might be able to use in order to convince me as an integrator to choose your solution than another one?
Sure. I mean, so first of all, as with all other verticals, I mean, we have the contacts, we have a global setup, but still we also have, since we are organized as a vertical in the headquarter, a single point of contact. So as an example, me. That's one hand. And the other topic I would like to put the focus on today when it comes to shop floor standardization, IT/OT integration, Siemens has built a platform based on WinCC OA. It's called Production Management for Batteries. Those who attended last year, also the brand labeling days, might know it already. I will still lose a few words on that later on. And it's basically both an engineering toolkit, so it helps integrators to quickly set up the IT/OT part for battery cell manufacturing and also line monitoring. And so this is what we would offer basically.
And I think that you sent me a slide regarding that. It's this one, right?
Exactly. So now we're already deeply into the topic. Yeah. So but basically, I mean, this looks very simple. But as I said, customers that are still quite new in the market, they don't all think about that. They just say, okay, we need to quickly get the batteries coming out, and I don't care how. Siemens, please tell me how to do it. And so this tiny arrow has actually a lot of importance, because what we bring with our platform with production management for batteries is first of all a standard information model. And once this is implemented by the machine tool builders, the whole integration of the plant is quite easily, because we know the semantics from the shop floor. So the whole communication to the MES, which we do with Siemens Product Ops Center Execution Electronics, is standardized. There is no really programming of the MES workflows. It's more a matter of configuration. Yeah, and also we bring some nice and sexy line monitoring screens. Yeah, so we really brought WinCC OA to the edge here in the best way. This really helps customers to scale up quickly with this holistic approach.
But it's true, the UI really look great. But for me, I'm more interested in this OPC UA and REST API. So basically for these northbound connectors, what is the general feedback from this combined with WinCC OA? Because we have these connectors in WinCC OA, and I'm really interested from a performance point of view, what you can tell us about.
Performance is a good one, because let's say a typical gigawatt factory, when it comes to two-digit number of gigawatt hours, 20, 40, 60, this produces a lot of messages between the shop floor and the MES system. And what is really required here is a system that doesn't fail. No single MES message shall be lost, because if that happens, then the battery manufacturing stands still. And if this happens, that's a disaster. So what we really made sure, and we built a concept for sure based on redundancy, that's one thing. And the other topic is also the distributed systems. And that's perfect, because most new kids on the block, so the startups, they don't necessarily start big let's say already with a 40 gigawatt hours factory. They sometimes start with pilot factories, but they also then ask Siemens, okay, do you have something? And usually our answer is, yes, we have something, but it's way too huge for a pilot factory. But in this case, no. I mean, we can then simply start with one WinCC OA server, yeah, and with one instance also with Op Center, and then if customer is, let's say, satisfied and says, okay, now let's replicate this on a bigger level, no problem at all. Yeah. Then we set up distributed systems, we set up redundancy. Also, Op Center has a similar concept using a load balancer in between, and we are good to go.
Well, that's really impressive. Performance, reliability with WinCC OA. I can't say more. Well, thank you, Oliver, for being with us today.
Welcome.
Let's